Hello everyone, Nat 1995 here in the video game fanfiction plot with a new chapter for you all in the Chi Wizard Ninja, and remember, I do not own the Naruto series or this story. I give full credit to its author by ChaosMagemon on fanfiction.net, enemy and new henchmen. Yes. I should give one credit for his skill in the magical arts. After all, it was his very magic that allowed me a new body when my spirit was banished to the netherworld. Shindu admitted. I can't wait to try out some of this magic, and the Chunin exams is the perfect opportunity. Naruto flipped a page and gasped, I think I just found another useful spell. He smirked. Shindu looked through Naruto's eyes, seeing what he was talking about. That spell? I must also admit you have a good eye for these things. Naruto smirked in response. The very next morning, all participants for the Chunin exams showed up at a training ground that was rather odd looking to the others. There were no training dummies or posts. In fact, the grounds around the area looked as if it had been forgotten about years ago. The Genin gazed in awe at the large wired and chain fence that held a giant forest within it. All right, applicants, welcome to the Forest of Death. This is where part 2 of the Chunin exams shall take place. Enko announced. Naruto looked around and gazed amongst the competition, seeing all the rookies from the academy, Lee's team, the Sunasibs, the Sun Genin from before, Kabuto and his team, and several others. Okay, let me explain the layout of the forest. Enko began. It is bordered by a perimeter, interrupted at 44 locked gates. Inside of that is a series of forests, a river, and about 10 kilometers out from that is a tower. During the test, you may use any skills or tools available to you. In a sense, it's kind of a fight to the death version of capturing scrolls. Enko explained. Enko pulled out 2 scrolls, a black one and a white one. The black one had the kanji for earth written on it, and the white one had the kanji for heaven on it. She held them both up for the Genin to see. There is a scroll for earth and a scroll for heaven. It's your job to get them both in order to pass. You'll have to hold on to the scroll you're given at the start, while managing to get a hold of the other scroll you need to pass the exam with, and then bring them to the tower in the center, Enko explained. Not only that, but you have a time limit. You will have 5 days to get both scrolls and make it to the tower. 5 days? How troublesome. Shikamaru sighed. And remember, your competition isn't the only thing you'll have to worry about in there, Enko continued. There are also ferocious beasts, deadly insects, poisonous snakes, and other types of creatures that are ultimately lethal. So keep in mind to not let your guard down even for a minute. Now that we have the basic rules out of the way, let's talk about the rules that pertain to being disqualified. Rule number 1, if you fail to reach the tower before time expires, as a 3-member squad, or with both scrolls in your possession, then you are out. Second, any team that loses a member during the test, be it to death or injury, are also out. Third, if you leave the forest for any reason during the test, you're out. Lastly, you are forbidden to look at the contents of the scrolls until you reach the inside of the tower. Should you look at them, the consequences will be severe. She smirked, sending chills up their backs. The teams were dispersed and went to a hut to acquire a scroll. A black curtain was attached to the front of the booth. The curtain would open to allow a team to walk inside and then close as the team inside would trade their forms for a scroll. Naruto was watching from the side as Sasuke was getting the scroll and thought, so that's how they intend to trick us by concealing which scroll we have, that way no other team knows who to go after. Soon after a few minutes, the Genin squads were stationed outside separate gates to head into the forest. Squad 7 was ready to enter theirs. Okay, this is it, Naruto said as Sasuke and Sakura nodded, ready to take off. The gates to the forest suddenly fly open. Immediately, all the various Genin squads took to the forest, bouncing along the various trees and branches that line the area. Enko smiled as she watched them take off. Now it's time for my break. She grabbed some dingo. While inside the forest, Squad 7 was making their way around, hoping to find a targeted team to get a scroll. Soon they stopped on the ground to go over their plan. Okay, first things first, which scroll do we have? Naruto asked. Sasuke pulled out the scroll revealing to be an Earth Scroll, an Earth Scroll. This means we'll have to find a Heaven Scroll, Sakura noticed. But first, how do we hide our scroll? I'll hold on to it. Naruto took it, tucking it away into his satchel. Now we need to find a Heaven Scroll and get to the tower. Easier said than done. We got a slim chance in finding our designated scroll among the countless teams here. Sasuke replied. True, and my shadow clone jutsu would be a too obvious trick to pull now that just above everyone knows what I look like. Even hinging them won't completely be enough to fool them. No matter, the Shadowkin will see that we succeed. The what? Sakura asked, thinking Naruto was going mad, but suddenly Sakura and Sasuke saw all the shadows from around them coming together and rising up were what they assumed were the Shadowkin Naruto spoke of. Behold the Shadowkin. Much like Sensei's ninja hounds, the Shadow Ninja can be summoned to follow my command. While they have no skill in ninjutsu or jinjutsu, they excel greatly in terms of taijutsu and stealth. They are unable to be detected by even Anbu level ninja. They will get us our scroll. I should ask how you summoned these beings, but right now we got more important things to deal with. Sasuke replied. Agreed. Naruto turned to his ninja. Fan out and search for a Heaven Scroll, and if possible bring us back as many other scrolls as you can find, but take none from any Konoha shinobi. The Shadowkin took off as Sakura spoke. Naruto, why ask for additional scrolls? Insurance? Hardly, Sakura. By capturing other scrolls it'll leave fewer chances for our enemies to acquire theirs. Clever. Sasuke admitted, but still had jealousy as to how Naruto was suddenly becoming smarter and stronger. Let's go to the tower. The Shadowkin will find their way back to us no matter where we go. Naruto said as they took off, heading for the tower, unaware they were being watched by a pair of yellow eyes. After about an hour into the forest, Sakura and Sasuke needed to stop for a breather. Naruto, who normally would have needed one as well, started drawing on the power of the dog talisman, restoring his energy. As soon as they were ready to continue on, the Shadowkin reappeared, holding up each of the scrolls that they had been tasked with getting. Naruto's eyes turned red as Shinju spoke through him. All well done, my minions. You serve me well. He used the power of combustion to burn the other scrolls except for their Heaven Scroll. We now have our scrolls. Let us hurry to the tower. Naruto, why does your voice sounds different? Sakura asked, shivering from Shinju's chilly voice. Before the dragon could answer, in Naruto's place the wind started picking up, blasting them with full force. Naruto tried using the rabbit talisman, but the wind was too strong for him to outrun and sent him and his team crashing into a tree. Where'd that wind come from? Sasuke asked. They heard chuckling and saw a grass ninja with an abnormally large tongue approach. Sorry to intrude, but I have some business with you, Uchiha. What do you want with Sasuke? Sakura asked. That is private, my dear, and must remain private. The ninja answered, but noticed a double blast of red beams firing at him. He jumped out of the way and saw it was coming from Naruto's eyes that were glowing red. You have just made a serious mistake in challenging us. Shinju spoke through him. The ninja squinted his eyes to Naruto. It seems as though I have come across an unusual genin. No matter, you aren't my target. He nipped some blood and formed some hand signs. Kachaos no Jutsu. He slammed his hand to the ground and puffing up was a giant snake. Giant snake. Sakura panicked. Shinju, Naruto got ready as the giant snake went to attack him while the grass ninja went after Sasuke, separating them. Using the rabbit, Naruto avoided all the strikes until he came face to face with the serpent attempting another strike, but rather than dash away he used the power of the ox to catch its mouth, prying it open. Such child's play. Shinju spoke through Naruto, making him use the heat beams through the serpent's mouth, putting holes in him through the inside. The snake fell down and puffed away. Naruto, that ninja took off with Sasuke. Naruto woke up and answered, then let's go after him. He used the levitation power to levitate himself and Sakura to fly off to find their teammate. When they arrived they spotted the two ninja going at it. Sasuke's in trouble, I better help. Naruto said, levitating himself up, reaching the two. Sorry to drop in like this. How did you get past my snake? The grass ninja asked. Easy, I defeated it. Naruto bluntly replied. Naruto, be careful, this ninja's no pushover. Sasuke warned him. Yes, I can see that. You're not an ordinary genin, are you? Naruto questioned their enemy. I am not, boy. Now move aside or I will feed you to more of my snakes. He started hand signs, Senai Jashu. Emerging from his sleeves were a few snakes coming right for them. Naruto whipped out from his satchel a blowfish and a lizard, holding them out, chanting rapidly, Yumo Kawaii Gui Feides Ale. Yumo Kawaii Gui Feides Ale. Yumo Kawaii Gui Feides Ale. He kept chanting as green chi magic emitted from the blowfish and lizard that blasted the snakes, dissolving them as the magic traveled back to the ninja who got caught in it and was launched into a tree. What, Naruto, what did you? Sasuke asked in shock. Naruto blew away some smoke emitting from the blowfish. It's all in the trick. Sakura had reached the tree branch where her teammates were, so did you get him? Suddenly they heard laughing coming from the ninja, and he spoke in a different voice, a slithery one. Amazing. I've never seen such remarkable abilities in such a young ninja for so long. The ninja emerged from the rubble of the tree, revealing his face was pale white, with beady yellow eyes, and on his forehead was the headband of the Sound Village. That's a headband from Sound. Sasuke noticed. Talk. Who are you? Naruto demanded, readying his magical items. He snickered, I am Orochimaru, former Konoha shinobi, and your executioner. He licked his lips with his long tongue. Wrong, because I'll be executing you. Sasuke shouted, lunging at Orochimaru, throwing a punch only to see he really hit a mud clone that melted. It was a fake. Sasuke gasped. They saw Orochimaru on a higher branch. I've been waiting for you, Sasuke Uchiha. He made a few hand signs, and stretched his neck forward past them and bit Sasuke in the neck. The Uchiha screamed in overwhelming pain, and when Orochimaru let go, Sasuke fell to the ground and 3 common markings appear on his neck. What did you do to him? Sakura gasped. Just a simple token of my appreciation. He will eventually seek me out for power. Orochimaru answered. Naruto's eyes glowed red with Kurama's chakra. Udam. He shouted, charging at the Hebi, sending both of them flying through the forest, locked in combat. Naruto. Sakura called out, but heard Sasuke cry in agony, oh no, Sasuke. She tried to help him up but noticed the marking on his neck. I got to get you safe. Naruto, be careful. Naruto and Orochimaru continued going at it in the forest, with neither one showing mercy. Such persistence, child, what keeps you going so much? Orochimaru asked. Because I have help in higher places, Naruto answered as he felt Shinju kick in, and you foolish one, will be begging for mercy. He threw Orochimaru off as they landed on a tree branch. What is this? You cannot be the Kyuubi that resides in this boy. The Hebi said, suddenly feeling the extra overwhelming energy emitting from the boy. And I am not. You stand before the spirit of a demon sorcerer that is now bonded with this child's body. A demon sorcerer? Correct, and you, Orochimaru, shall have the pleasure of falling at my hands. Shinju used combustion and heat beams at Orochimaru, who kept trying to shield himself from the attacks but knew he wasn't prepared for this. Sorry, but I have no interest in fighting a demon sorcerer now. Another time perhaps. He vanished. No. Shinju tried to stop him but he was already gone. Naruto kicked back in. What was that all about? I don't know, but for some reason he was after your teammate. Shinju replied. Sasuke, Sakura. Oh man, I got to get back to them. Naruto said as he started flying off to find them, but due to the forest being so big, dense, and thick, he wasn't having much luck. No use, they must have carefully hidden themselves in case that freak came back. Well, no use in trying to continue now. I better rest myself, Naruto said, summoning the Shadokan. Defend my while I sleep. He said, falling asleep by the tree trunk. So the Shadokan watched over their master while he rejuvenated his powers. When morning came, the sun peeked through and Naruto woke up rubbing his eyes. Ah, morning. Well done, Shadokan, Now fan out and search for my teammates. The ninja took off in search. Kurama thought, hopefully they kept themselves hidden well from any enemies. You and me both. Naruto thought back. Soon the Shadowken reappeared. Have you found them? Naruto asked and one motioned him to follow. Excellent. He took off following his henchmen. Naruto finally made it to the location but surveyed the scene noticing Sasuke was lying under a tree unconscious, Kiba, Hinata, Shino, and Choji were defending Sakura whose hair was cut shortened, and a knocked out Rock Lee being supported by his teammates Neji and Tenten. Ino was being taken care of by Shikamaru because she used her mind transfer jutsu to possess the sound girl named Ken. Looks like they all need help. Naruto was ready to jump in but felt a surge of heavy chakra in the air, and saw it radiating from Sasuke who shot up and seemed to be covered in black flame markings on his body like tattoos. Is that the power of the mark put on him? Naruto thought. Yes, I sense dark energy emitting from him. Shindu began. Looks like your friend's about to make his move.